So this is all about faithful representation. So let's have a quick chat about faithful representation. What we mean here is it's the substance, it's the written form there, it's the substance being more important than the form. Form meaning the legal situation. So the whole idea of substance is it represents, is the words they use, it represents the true economic phenomena. And I'm going to give you a quick example of this where it's better to go for the true economic phenomena, it's better to go for the substance than the actual legal situation. Okay, so let me give you an example. You sell some goods to a bank for 400. And there's a sales invoice, etc. So legally, form-wise, that's a sale, isn't it? You made a sale, you've got a sales invoice, done. But actually, there's an agreement to buy it back for 500 in 1 year's time. And if you think about the true economic phenomena, the true substance of what's going on here, we are going to receive 400 from a bank. We are going to pay back 500 in 1 year. And if you look at that as a whole in substance, I'm hoping you can see that 400 is just a loan, a 1 year loan. Why are we paying back 500? Well, 100 needs to go to interest paid. That is the substance. That is how you show it, not the legal form of just a sale and then the legal form of 500 being a purchase later. That's not what's happened. The true economic phenomena is that it's a loan. So you always go for that. So you never go for the legal situation. You always go for the true substance, which means that companies can't try and be too clever because you should always show the principle of what's happening. And that's what this question's asking. It says, which of the following then correctly applies this principle of faithful representation? So let's have a look at it. Part A, or first bit. Reporting a transaction based on its legal status rather than its economic substance. Well, no, that's the opposite, isn't it? We're saying that you should show the true economic substance, you should show the true economic phenomena, not the legal status. So doing that is definitely wrong. That's the whole point of faithful representation, is to do it the other way around. Excluding a sub, so not consolidating a subsidiary just because its activities are different from the group. Well, no, that's not substance over form at all. Recording the whole of the net proceeds, so all of the loan, the whole of the net proceeds from the issue of a loan, which is potentially could go to equity, showing it all as a debt. Well, no, because some of it could go to equity, the best thing to do on this convertible loan, you always show a convertible loan as mainly debt, but a little bit of equity too, because it might get converted. That's the substance of it. So no, showing it all as a debt, that's wrong. So the answer must be D, allocating part of the sales proceeds of a motor vehicle to interest received, even though it was sold with interest-free finance. That is true, because if you go to a shop and you see a car available for 10,000 and you can get 0% interest on it for 2 years, well, somebody's paying for that interest somewhere, and what's really happening is that the car is probably worth 12,000. The car, sorry, is probably worth 8,000, and 2,000 of that would be the fact that they're giving you interest for the next 4 years. So the car is only worth 8,000. So you'd put 8,000 to the sale of a car and 2,000 to interest received, not just putting the whole 10,000 to a car. Because even though it looks like you're getting a bargain, you're not. Somebody somewhere is paying for the interest, so the car itself must be worth less. Okay, so just have a read of that again. Allocating part of the sales proceeds of a motor vehicle to interest received. Yeah, so instead of putting whole 10,000 in, put 2,000 of it to interest received, even though it was sold with 0%. Yeah, that's why you're putting sum to interest received. You have to make up a figure based on what the market interest is. Somebody somewhere is paying for it. Okay, so the answer is D.